What's up, guys? I'm Liz. I'm Julia. And welcome back to our channel. Thank you for tuning back in this week. We're doing a little bit of a continuation on last week's video on the Challenge 33 War of the Worlds. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into that because we didn't really get to talk about the VETS and our first impressions on them in last week's video. So we want to talk about how the VETS really were in real life, and we're going to answer some of your amazing questions that you guys commented on last week's video. So thank you to everyone who watched that. Also, if you like videos like this one, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. Also, Julia is going to dive deeper into how the challenge house was. And since I didn't even get to go into the challenge house, she's gonna take it away. I know, and you're gonna be learning a lot about my experiences. So even though I pretty much know everything because you told me everything. Right. So I'll just have my commentary. Let's get this video started with, what are we gonna start on? I know, let's talk about the VETS first. Yeah. So after last week's episode, we left you with the fact that I entered the house and I was super hungover because I got wasted the first night. I had to put everything aside and be like, okay, I need to focus and get in the game. I need to figure out who I'm gonna choose to be my partner. Right. How did you navigate that? Who are you hitting it off with? Actually funny because we really thought that the VETS were going to choose the prospects. So when TJ said that night, you guys are gonna have to choose the VETS, I was shocked. I had no idea who I was gonna choose because honestly, I hadn't talked to everyone. So I hadn't even talked to CT really. So that leads us to our first question. I'm curious though how Julia feels about her partner and what led to her picking CT. Also, who do you trust most in the house? Who do you trust least? Are you just following CT's lead? Not a bad idea. Ooh, okay, this is a very good question. So when it was revealed that the prospects had to pick the VETS, I obviously had to do really quick thinking. I was between Wes and CT. Those are my two that I wanted. Good choices. Yeah. I want to pick someone who's competed a lot, who is a legend. And who's wise. Right, exactly. And I think I picked the perfect partner, you guys. Like, CT was the most level-headed. Yes, he was like calm. Yeah, he's 38 and he has a kid. So he wasn't like how he was portrayed in earlier seasons as this crazy guy. He was so chill and level-headed and he really wanted this for his family. He really wanted the money. I was so blessed to have him. He explained everything to me. Before a challenge, he would be like, all right, this is our game plan. He was so helpful in our strategy. He never made me feel less than, you know, he never gave me a hard time. In the mud challenge, he told me, he's like, okay, instead of running through the maze, you need to go around the maze and get the balls. I would have never thought to do that. Knowing me, I would have just ran straight through and fought with girls over balls, but he's like, no, you need to go around. Little things like that. He was just so knowledgeable and it helped me so much. After I first picked him, we had to all talk on the bus ride home back to the house. At first, I was really nervous. I didn't know what to ask him, but once I started talking to him, it just flowed. Then we started talking about Miami and about his baby, CJ, and about his wife, Lily. After I got to know him, we started talking. We just, you know, clicked. Our strategy going into the season was we weren't going to step on any toes. He was so clear with me about, like, do not start unnecessary drama. We don't want to start winning the beginning challenges, right? Because if you win the challenge, you go into the tribunal. Every team in the tribunal has to nominate a team. And get blood on their hands. Exactly. Well, that's not the challenge lingo. We didn't want to cause any rifts that we didn't need to. We felt like we were truly safe in the beginning. We played an amazing social game. I was cool with all the girls. He was cool with everyone too. So we truly weren't on anyone's radar. So going into the season, we didn't try to win the first challenge, the tug of war. I'll go into the ball challenge with the mud. I got a lot of shit for that on Twitter because people were like, you look like you were giving up the ball to Ninja. Why are you smiling? Why was I smiling? Exactly. It's like, okay, well, the real lava was we were trying to throw the challenge. They weren't trying to win because they didn't need to win. Exactly. We were like, we don't want to have to nominate someone so early in the game. So I get the ball and then I see Ninja coming straight for me and I'm like, sis, I just decided, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try and make this look like I'm not throwing it. So I'm just gonna have fun with it. I was laughing and eventually I just gave her the ball because me and CT did not want to win that challenge. Yeah. So that was part of our plan also. And I told her, I'm like, you know, I threw that to you, so you better not put me in. So Wes and D won, Ninja and Polly, and Cam and Ashley. So I knew I was good. I knew we were going in. Second part of the question is also, who do you trust most in the house? Who do you trust the least? Prospect girls I trust the most is D and Ninja. Wow,
Ninja.
Because
you guys were roommates.
Yeah, who you roomed with, I think, had a lot to do with who you were closest with. I always loved Morgan and Maddie, but they were on the other side of the house. They were in Kara's room, so being in the same room with people, you really got to know them very well. I did not trust Natalie at all. And we'll get into that because we had beef going in the house with her, and I thought I could trust her towards the end, but like, I couldn't. Are you following CT's lead? Honestly, I was following CT's lead because it's my first challenge. He showed me the ropes, and he is a great competitor, and anything he said, I completely trusted. We're partners, and we gotta have each other's back. Okay, so Imani Rocks wants to know, Liz, if you had the choice, who would you have picked as your partner? I know, I'm really curious. And you would have been last, so I think you would have stuck with that. That's exactly what I'm gonna say. I would have obviously finished the puzzle like one of the last, so I wouldn't have had first choice in the vets. Towards the end, who was left? Leroy and Zach were the last ones. I definitely would have picked Zach over Leroy just because he performs better in eliminations and in challenges overall. I don't think that we would have gone along though. Not only that, a lot of the prospects honestly didn't want to pick Zach because they didn't want to get involved with the Zach and Jenna drama. You could tell like their relationship was kind of tumultuous going into it. So I swear to God, nobody wanted Zach because they didn't want to get in the middle of that, you know? Yeah. Now we're gonna go into first impressions of the vets. Polly, we had never met Polly before. I had never met him at a reality event like most of the other people. So I didn't know what to think when I first met Polly. On Big Brother 18, he was portrayed as like the asshole, you know? He's very aggressive. And arrogant. So I didn't know how he was gonna be in the house. I'm like, oh, I'm kind of nervous. But I will say, Polly was one of the vets that impressed me the most. Every morning he would greet me, be like, hey Julia, how are you? He would call me by my name, and I had a lot of respect for him. I loved him and Cara together. They were so cute in the house. Yeah. I have nothing bad to say about Cara and Polly. They were so nice to me. So in real life, he's actually not like that. Yeah. So that's so refreshing to hear because he's a nice guy. In person, you know, like there's more to them than the bad boy persona that they play. So I love that. So yeah, Cara, love her. We had met her at Give Kids the World before, so we'd known her. And again, super nice. We talked a lot in the house. And what I really respected about Cara is that she made time to get to know the prospects. One day we all hung out in the pool and talked for hours. There's a lot of vets that I will name that literally could not care about the prospects, that made no attempt to get to know us, that would sleep all day and then you'd see them at night. There was a group of us that would wake up every morning early. I know you guys would like work out and eat breakfast. And then by the time that we would do all this stuff, our day was over. These people would just be waking up. And I get it, you know, they're not trying to get to know the prospects. They've done this a lot. Yeah, so I get it, but it's also like, this is a game. You should be playing every side of this. And I think that's why Wes did so well because... Oh, tell him about him, where he's so it was super strategic. What was so smart about Wes and Hunter was that they chose the room with the prospects. They chose the room with Turbo and JP and all the UK people and Josh. They could have easily gone and in the vets room. Slept in the vets room, but the fact that they lowered themselves to sleep in the prospects so they could get to know them and what was going on and circulating the house was genius. I actually really liked Wes. Since he was Dee's partner and Dee was my best friend in the house, we got along. Wes would come in our room sometimes and he was so cute. We had this like little perch by our window and he would like literally sit on our window and we'd call him the cat and he would just talk shit with us at night before we'd go to bed. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, Bananas. Oh yeah, was Bananas like holier than thou? Like he had to have a special diet list? No. I like Bananas too. One day when I was working out, me and him talked for a really long time and I got to know him, how he lives in the OC, and I have nothing bad to say about Bananas either. He was a super nice guy. Leroy was cool too. Me and Leroy talked the first night when I got really drunk. He's a barber. I really didn't get to know Leroy too much, but when we did talk, he was a cool guy. Oh, Zach. Oh, I feel bad throwing shade at Zach, I know. But you didn't really vibe with him. He would make really mean comments in the house. Kyle actually knew some of the UK people from before, so he knew Zahida, and so they would talk a lot. But Kyle, again, he never made an effort to get to know me or talk to me. Granted, I never made an effort to get to know him, but that's okay. Like, you're not gonna get along with everyone. You're not gonna talk to everyone and like everyone. So he was one that I just was on that list. Yeah. Hunter, very cute in person. We hit it off. We talked a lot about being from Florida, and I found out he's from a really small town called Perry, Florida. I've never even heard of it, but we had a lot in common. Don't want to foreshadow anything, But we're gonna get more into Hunter next video. Because there's some lava with that. And I don't know what they're going to reveal on tonight's episode. So we'll see. If they don't reveal anything, we're gonna finish their thoughts. Yeah, stuff went down. You guys need to hear my side of the story. It needs to be said. So let's move on to the girl vets. Yes. Okay. Amanda. I was so nervous to meet her because she was, you know, Say in Spawn. That's what Lavender Ladies. We'll throw in Ashley there. I really liked Ashley too. I did too. Ashley was so cool and nice in person, and I wish she would have stayed longer in the house. I actually liked Amanda too. I didn't really have any drama with her. She did start a lot of shit, and she's one of those that I think turns it on for the camera. She was quiet during the day, but oh, Amanda would come out at night, girl, and she would come out really hard, like kicking. Her and Josh, perfect team. Josh really knew how to handle her, especially in last week's episode when they got into a fight and he's like, did you just call me a bitch? Like, so funny. That was hilarious because I feel like no other rookie would have the balls to clap back at her like he did. So Josh and Amanda, they were a match made in hell, not heaven. Can I say something about Jenna? She is really pretty in real life. Yes, gorgeous in person, such a sweetheart. I have nothing bad to say about Jenna. She was so nice. Killed me with kindness. The only thing is that she I feel like was very quiet. Yeah, she didn't try and get to really know any of the prospects. She was very kept to herself. Her and Nani were in their own worlds, and I didn't get to know either one of them. Let's go to the Big Brother girls. So Davon and Natalie. Well, we touched base with Davon last recap, and so if you haven't watched that, go check that out. But we love Davon. In the house, she was so nice, so supportive, would pull me aside and be like, are you okay? She's very intense. So when Davon talks to you, like, she's staring through your soul. A little funny thing about Davon. Davon was the poker dealer in our house. Because in real life, she actually is a poker dealer. So every night, we had a ritual. It wasn't everyone, but there was a certain few that we would go play poker. And I got really good at playing poker in this house. You gotta be quick. You gotta be smart with numbers. You gotta be like, da, da, da. So I learned a lot from her playing poker with her and just reading her. So Natalie, I think we need to bring up the past beef that we had with Natalie because this has a lot to do with like how things played out. How things played out, yeah. Basically, it was just irrelevant Twitter beef about James, who we don't really even talk to anymore. Yeah, James, he was on our season of Big Brother. He was on Big Brother 17. And we were kind of just in defense of James. Well, not we. Liz was. Oh, Liz tweeted. Yeah. So, and then I got thrown into the category. And she gets dragged in like always. But yeah, so I was just on James's side over her because it was twisted sources of information, and you know, one of them got like a restraining order on the other. So I don't know. So just because Liz was in support of James, then Natalie decided to unfollow and block both of us on every single social media channel. So that was kind of petty. And so I never left a good taste in my mouth with her. When you got eliminated, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to like defend myself. And hash it out because I don't want this stupid Twitter beef following us into the challenge. Yeah. And so, it was not even you, it was me. Yeah, so I had a 1 hour conversation with her explaining herself about James and all the shit that he put her through. And I was like, sis, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I sided with her. I was like, I had no idea what this guy put you through. So she completely— Because we didn't. We really didn't. Yeah. I apologize on your behalf. I'm like, she didn't mean it. Like, we weren't trying to get involved, Nat. So we're good. Like, let's just squash the beef. No ill will. We don't even talk to James anymore. I heard her out. I supported her. And she did something shady, so— She did something shady, and now I just checked my Insta follow, and she unfollowed me again. So I'm just like, I can't win with this girl. So I'm just gonna say it. I think that she's incredibly fake. Moving forward, it's just like that relationship can never be mended. I tried to mend it, and now sis unfollows me again for absolutely no reason. So we're done. And we hate to be like those petty, like, oh, she unfollowed me, oh, I hate her. But it's kind of just like, it's like true. I didn't do anything, and I heard you out, and I really liked you, and it's just hurtful to me. She can go ahead and block us again. Block us, sis, because you did it once. Let's do it again. So yeah, that is how we felt about the vets overall. Mainly Juju's point of views on them. That's it for this video. Thank you guys for sticking to the end, and I really enjoyed hearing more on the vets, what they really were like in real life, and how they were in normal like daily basis. So if you guys have any more questions about that or any comments, leave them down below and we will do our best to answer them. We're gonna be doing one more challenge recap video and we're gonna post it next week, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't yet, as always, hit that subscribe button and we'll see you guys right back here next week. Bye!